Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today the Cubs enter play against the Pirates, 18.5 games up on the divisional lead, with 8 as the magic number going into today's matchup. Against the Pirates, the Cubs are going to send Brent Suter out to the mound. He's making start number 25 with an 8-4 record. He has a 3.47 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP. The Cubs lineup today is going to include the lefty Mallex Smith on left field because Danny Santana has been sent to the disabled list with an injury. And left field, there we go. Harper in right. So Danny Santana has been sent to the disabled list with an injury, meaning that the Cubs are in fact going to be playing one position player short for a couple of days. They brought up a pitcher, Blake Taylor, to fill out that roster spot until the rosters expand in a couple of days. So for today's lineup, the Cubs are going to have Hoerner batting second and leading off, followed by Grisham, Correa, Rizzo, Posey batting fifth today, Harper, Bryant batting seventh, the pitcher batting eighth, and Mallex Smith batting ninth. Trevor Williams is pitching for the Pirates today. He was rumored at one time to be joining the Cubs, but that never panned out. He is making start number 28 with an 8-9 record. He has a 4.44 ERA and a 1.49 WHIP. Pirates lineup will include Swaggerty, Newman, Reynolds, Bell, Hayes, Caratini, Osuna, Riddle, and Williams batting ninth. It is a very warm 80 degrees today with the wind blowing out straight away to center at 11 mph. And it is time to get today's game underway. Suter on the mound for the Cubs. As we said before, the magic number is sitting at 8. The Cubs trying to inch their way closer to winning the division. The Brewers in second place have won 5 straight, meaning that the only way the Cubs have reduced their magic number is actually by winning. We'll see if they can continue their winning streak here today. Suter with the 2-1 pitch to Swaggerty. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That is the first out of the inning. Newman now the batter, 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 is the count. Suter with the delivery. Lined into the gap in left center field. That's going one hop to the wall. Chasing is Mallex Smith. He has it. Getting it back into the infield. That'll be a 1-out double for the Pirates in the top of the first inning. Reynolds now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Suter working. 3-1 count. Here comes the delivery. Low for ball 4. Suter issues the very rare walk. He misses with a curveball there, putting runners on first and second with 1 out. Suter has only issued 17 walks in 114 innings pitched this season. Josh Bell now the batter. 1 out and 2 men on. Suter looking for the double play ground ball right here. Here comes the first pitch. Grounded towards short. The throw goes to second. The relay to first. That's a 6-4-3 double play. So the Cubs infield defense bails out Suter. We go to the bottom of the first of a 0-0 ball game. Nico Hoerner leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the first inning against Trevor Williams. Williams with the first pitch to Hoerner. Here comes the delivery. And Hoerner drives it in the gap in right center field. However, that's going to be chased down by the right fielder, and he makes the running catch for out number 1. Grisham now batting, 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 is the count. And Grisham swings and misses for strike 3. That was a high fastball, and Williams got him to chase for out number 2. Correa now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 is the count. Correa grounds it towards short. Picked up and thrown over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Cubs are retired in order. We go to the top of the second of a 0-0 ball game. Brian Hayes facing Brent Suter here to lead off the top of the second inning. 1-2 is the count. Lined into right field, chasing is Harper. He's going to chase it all the way back to the wall. Harper gets it. He throws very cautiously back into the infield. The throw goes to third as the Pirates are going to have a leadoff triple here in the top of the second inning. So the Pirates now looking to score. Caratini coming up to the plate. The first run of the game is potentially 90 feet away right now. Suter working very carefully to Caratini. 1-1 count. Grounded toward third. The throw goes over to first. That is out number one. The run is conceded, and the Pirates take the 1-0 lead. Osuna now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Suter delivers. Checked his swing. That is ball 4. So Suter uncharacteristically issues a second walk in this ball game. Riddle now the batter. 2 outs and 1 man on. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him to chase the fastball down for out number 2. And now the pitcher Trevor Williams comes up with 2 outs and 1 man on. Suter facing Williams with a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. So the Cubs allow a run to score. The Pirates take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the second inning. Rizzo facing Williams here in the bottom of the second. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Lined into right field. That's going all the way down into the corner for extra bases. Rizzo rounding first, heading for second. He's going to motor into second with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the second inning. So the Cubs looking to strike, potentially tie up this game or take the lead here in the bottom of the second. Buster Posey now the batter. Runner on second, nobody out. 1 ball is the count. Here comes the pitch to Posey. And he pops it up. Right field going back toward the corner. That is going to go 1 hop to the wall. Posey cruising into second. The Cubs have back-to-back doubles and have tied the ball game at 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Buster Posey with the RBI double. And Rizzo scores. That is RBI number 47 on the season for Buster Posey. Now Bryce Harper is the batter. With a runner on second, still nobody out. 1 run already in. 1-2 is the count. Harper swings and misses for strike 3. That is out number 1. Next up is Chris Bryant with 1 out, 1 man on. Williams facing Bryant with a full count. Bryant swings and misses for strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Williams, the second out of the inning. It brings up the pitcher Suter with 2 outs and 1 man on. Williams facing Suter with a 2-strike count. And it's grounded back toward the plate. The pitcher has it. The throw to first, and Suter hustling down the line beats it out for an infield single. Somehow, Brent Suter just beat that out to keep the inning going. It brings up Mallex Smith with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Williams facing Smith. 2-1 is the count. And he pops it up to center. Going back is the center fielder. He makes the play, and the inning is over. So the Cubs score. They tie the ball game, stranding 2. We go to the top of the third of a 1-1 contest. Suter facing Swaggerty to lead off the top of the third. Suter working with a full count. Here comes the pitch to Swaggerty. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. There was a fastball. Didn't exactly scorch it in there. It was at 85, but that's the first out of the inning. So now, Newman is the batter. Suter with 4 strikeouts on the day. Facing Newman with 1 out and a 2-ball count. And there's a pop-up to right. Harper's going to get there. He adjusts back toward the line and makes the catch for out number 2. Reynolds now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Suter working with another full count. Here comes the pitch to Reynolds. And it's driven to left. Coming in is Mallex Smith. He plays it on the hop. The throw goes into the shortstop, and the single puts a runner on base for the Pirates with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Bell now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Lined into left field. That's another base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Pirates. Keep the inning alive here in the top of the third. Hayes now the batter. He's 1 for 1 today. Scored the first run of this ball game. He's facing Suter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Top of the third inning. 1-strike count. Hayes pops it up. Going back is Horner in short right field, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Pirates strand 2 more. We go to the bottom of the third, still tied at 1. Nico Horner leading off again against Williams here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Grounded towards second, picked up, and thrown over to first for out number 1. Grisham now batting, 1 out, nobody on. Williams working with a 2-strike count. Here's the pitch to Grisham. He drives it in the air to deep left field. I think he got all of that one. Trent Grisham has just untied this ball game with a monster home run 385 feet out into the left field street for a 2-1 Cub lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Trent Grisham with a nice looking home run. That is his 18th of the season, and now Carlos Correa is the batter. Cubs up by one out in the bottom of the third inning. 1 strike count. Here is the pitch. And Correa pops it up left field. This is going to be playable. The left fielder going back toward the warning track, but he makes the catch for out number 2. Rizzo now the batter, 2 outs, nobody on. Williams working with a 1 strike count. Here is the pitch to Rizzo. And he drives it into center field, adjusting the center fielder toward right center, but he makes the catch to end the inning. The Cubs get a run off of the Grisham homer. We go to the top of the 4th with the Cubs up by 1. Suter facing Caratini to lead off the top of the 4th inning for the Pirates. Full count, Suter with the delivery. Popped up to left, Mallex Smith chasing. He's going to get there easily, making the catch for out number 1. Suter has gone to a lot of full counts in today's game. Here comes Osuna with 1 out, nobody on. 2 strike count, Suter with the delivery. Popped up to the right side. The first baseman Rizzo goes back. He makes the play for out number 2. And now Riddle bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Suter working, 1-2 is the count. And a swing and a miss and the inning is over. Suter gets the strikeout to end the inning with a flourish. We go now to the bottom of the 4th with a 2-1 Cub lead. Buster Posey leading off against Williams here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Posey 1 for 1 with an RBI today. 1 strike is the count. Here comes the pitch to Buster Posey. And he pops it up to center. This one is going to be playable as the center fielder gets there to make the catch for out number 1. Harper now batting, 1 out, nobody on. Williams facing Harper with a 3-1 count. And he grounds it towards second. The throw goes over to first for out number 2. Bryant now batting, 2 outs, nobody on. Williams facing Bryant, 1 ball count. Here's the delivery. Bryant drives it in the air to deep left center field. He got all of that one. Chris Bryant with the home run to make this a 3-1 ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning. 402 feet into the left center field stands. So the Cubs now expanding their lead. They now have a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. 402 feet off the bat of Chris Bryant. That is home run number 7 for him on the season. And now the pitcher, Suter, comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. Williams working. Here comes the first pitch to Suter. He grounds it up the middle. The shortstop has it, and he bobbles it. He bobbles it. He throws to first after recovering, but the play is late, and Suter will be safe on the error. Mallex Smith now the batter. 2 outs and the runner on first. Williams facing Smith. First pitch. Here it comes. He drives it in the air and left. The left fielder chasing, and he makes the play to end the inning. So the Cubs score on the Bryant home run. We go to the top of the 5th of a 3-1 ball game. Suter facing Williams here in the top of the 5th inning. Williams batting for himself with a 2 strike count. And that is strike 3 called, so that is out number 1. Swaggerty now batting with 1 out, nobody on. Suter working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch to Swaggerty. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Suter now has 80 strikeouts. No, excuse me. Swaggerty has 80 strikeouts on the season. Suter has 101 strikeouts on the season. He now has 7 in this game. Newman the next batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 ball is the count. Here's the pitch from Suter. Grounded toward first. Rizzo has it. He scoops it up. Flips to the pitcher covering, and it's late. Suter was late covering the bag, and Newman has an infield single. So now it's the top of the 5th. The tying run is at the plate. Runner on first, 2 outs. Suter facing Reynolds. 1 strike is the count. Grounded toward third. Bryant has this one. He throws to second. They retire the lead runner to end the inning. So the Pirates strand a runner. They don't score. We're going to the bottom of the 5th in a 3-1 ball game. Horner leading off against Williams here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Horner at the plate with a 1 ball count. Here's the pitch. Horner lines it past the second baseman into right field. There's a base hit. Nico Horner with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now Trent Grisham is the batter. With a runner on first, nobody out. Williams working to Grisham. We'll be looking for an opportunity to steal here. Let's swing away at the first pitch, see what happens. Outside for ball one. That was a sinker at 90. So let's steal second on the second pitch, see what happens. And Horner bluffs, but he runs back to first. So 1-1 is the count now. Swinging away again. There's a foul ball. 1-2 is the count. Now Williams facing Grisham. Let's see what happens here. Stealing second. That is strike three called. The throw goes down to second, however, and Horner is safe. He has 23 stolen bases on the season. Correa now batting with a runner on second, 1 out. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Correa, and he drives it into center field. However, Osuna with a diving play makes the catch for out number 2. So that was a curving line drive. Osuna with a nice play, or Swaggerty, excuse me, with a nice play out there in center field to make that catch. So Rizzo now the batter, 2 outs, and the runner still on second. Williams working, first pitch to Rizzo, and they're going to intentionally walk him. So Rizzo heads down to first, and that brings up Buster Posey, who was 1 for 2 today. Williams facing Posey in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cubs up by 2, looking for some insurance runs. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch to Buster Posey. And he lines it into center field. That's a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is going to be Nico Horner. He slides in safely. Buster Posey makes him pay for the intentional walk, and the Cubs are now up 4-1. Bryce Harper, the next batter for the Cubs, with 2 outs and 2 men on. Pardon me. Harper facing Williams in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cubs have scored 1 run in each of the last 4 innings. It's almost like that one got, like somebody held the 1 button down too long and it just kept repeating. So Williams facing Harper, 2 outs, 2 men on. 1-2 is the count. And he drives it in the air to left. Going back toward the warning track is the left fielder. The play is made, and the inning is over. The Cubs score again, taking a 4-1 lead into the top of the 6th inning. Suter on the mound facing Bell here in the top of the 6th. Suter working with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch to Bell. Grounded toward third. Pass Bryant into left field. Mallex Smith cutting it off in the area where the bullpen used to be. Oh, he's chasing it all the way down to the corner. What happened? Did Mallex Smith misplay that? So that is going to be a leadoff triple for the Pirates here in the top of the 6th inning. I feel like that was not a particularly hard-hit ball. Oh, and Josh Bell is injured on the play, and he comes out of the game. So a pinch runner is Adam Frazier over at third base. Hayes now is the next batter for the Pirates. With a runner on third, nobody out. Suter working to Hayes with a 2-2 count. And here comes the delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a big curveball there for the first out of the inning. Caratini now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Caratini facing Suter. In the top of the 6th inning, Cubs are going to get a reliever warmed up because, honestly, even if you get out of this half inning with Suter, somebody else is going to pitch in the 7th. So Hamilton is going to warm up. Caratini facing Suter. 1 out, 1 man on. Full count. Here's the pitch. Popped up, short left field. Coming in fast is Mallex Smith. He makes the catch. The throw comes home, but the runner holds at third. So they do not test the arm of Mallex Smith. And now there's 2 outs, and the runner's still on third. Osuna is the next batter for the Pirates. Suter working, trying to get out of this inning. 2 outs, runner on third. Suter with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Lined into left center field. That'll drive in the run. So the Pirates get the run, making this a 4-2 ball game in the top of the 6th inning. Osuna with the RBI single. And now Riddle is the batter. So Suter is going to face Riddle. And if he can get him out, this is going to be the last batter he faces, no matter what. Suter versus Riddle, 2 outs, runner on first, top of the 6th inning. 1 ball is the count. Here's the pitch. Lined into right field, there's another base hit. So now the Pirates have first and third as the throw goes to third, but he is going to be safe. Oh, excuse me. The Pirates have second and third with 2 outs. Now in the top of the 6th inning, Colin Moran is the next batter for the Pirates. However, Moran is going to face Ian Hamilton. Hamilton is going to be brought in on a double switch. He is going to be brought into pitch, and Miguel Amaya will form the new second half of the battery as the catcher and bat second in the next half inning. So Hamilton coming onto the mound, he's going to be brought into duel with Colin Moran. Hamilton has thrown 8 innings, walked 3, struck out 7 with a 5.62 ERA. He is working with runners on second and third, 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Hamilton to Moran, 1 ball count. Hamilton looking for the sign, and here comes the delivery. Lined into right center field, that's another base hit. That's going to tie up the ball game. Moran rounding first, heading for second. This is going to be an RBI double, and now we have a 4-4 ball game in the top of the 6th inning. The Pirates have scored 3 times to rally and tie up the ball game. Now Swaggerty is the batter with 2 outs and a runner on second in the top of the 6th inning. Hamilton working to Swaggerty, who is 0 for 3 today. Here comes the first pitch to Swaggerty. Grounded toward third. Bryant has this one. He throws over to first, and the inning is over. So the Pirates score 3 times, and we have a tie ball game going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Bryant leading off against Rafael Dolis in the bottom of the 6th. The Pirates bring Dolis out of the bullpen. He's thrown 45 2/3 innings, walked 22, struck out 33, 5.72 ERA. And we are going to warm up. Let's see here. Who is going to be the bigger one? He's at 47%. That's probably not ideal. Jake Cronenworth is really not an answer as much as that might amuse me to some small degree. So now, Hamilton only threw 3 pitches. Well, anyway, Bryant facing Dolis to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Bryant hit a home run. He's 1 for 2 today. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch to Chris Bryant. Dolis looking for the sign. Here is the delivery. And Bryant pops it up to center field. This is not deep enough. The center fielder taking a few steps back. He makes the play for out number 1. Amaya now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Dolis working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch to Miguel Amaya. And he swings and misses for strike 3. That is out number 2. Malik Smith now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Dolis working with a 2-2 count. Here is the pitch to Malik Smith. And he drives it in the gap in left center field. That's going all the way to the wall. The outfielders are playing shallow. Malik Smith is going to have extra bases. He slides into second. I'm surprised he didn't go for third there. That is a 2-out double for Malik Smith here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that brings up Nico Horner. With 2 outs and 1 man on, we're going to try to steal third on the first pitch here. See what happens. Malik Smith is going to go. The pitch is low. The throw goes down to third, and it is late. So Malik Smith now has 22 stolen bases on the season. He is 90 feet away with Nico Horner batting here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dolis facing Horner. Here comes the next pitch. Popped up right center field. Going over the right fielder. Osuna has it, and he makes the play to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We're going to the top of the 7th of a 4-4 ball game. Ian Hamilton now facing Kevin Newman here in the top of the 7th inning. So if we get to Caratini, I guess we would bring in a lefty, but let's see how Hamilton does. Hamilton working with a 1-ball count. Here is the pitch to Newman. It's grounded back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws to first for out number 1. Reynolds now batting, 1 out, nobody on. Hamilton facing Reynolds. First pitch, here it comes. Grounded toward third. Bryant has this one. He throws over to first for out number 2. Polanco now batting. He's pinch hitting for the pitcher's spot with 2 outs and nobody on. Hamilton working with a full count. Here comes the delivery. Low for ball 4, so the walk is issued as Hamilton heads down to first, and Cabrian Hayes is the next batter. So now we're going to warm up the lefty Blake Taylor in case that we get to the lefty We're going to visit the mound, see how Hamilton says. He says he feels as good as ever. Hamilton facing Hayes. 2 outs, runner on first. Here comes the first pitch to Brian Hayes, and he drives it in the air to deep left field. That's going back at the wall, and it is gone. So the Pirates get a 2-run home run in the top of the 7th inning, and now it is a 6-4 Pirate lead. 380 feet off the bat of Brian Hayes. He now has 10 home runs this season. And Caratini now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 7th inning, 2 runs already in. Here comes the pitch from Hamilton. And he pops it up to right. Coming over is the right fielder, Harper. He makes the play and the inning is over. So the Cubs allow 2 more to score. They take a 6-4 deficit in the bottom of the 7th inning. And today, for the 7th inning stretch, Pennsylvania native Dan Marino is going to lead the take me out to the ball game. Blake Taylor is going to sit down, although he will be coming in next half inning. Trent Grisham leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs down by 2, looking to rally, facing righty Cody Bolton out of the Pirates bullpen. Bolton has thrown 38 2/3, walked 12, struck out 37 with a 4.66 ERA. Bolton faces Grisham with a 3-1 count. He's looking for the sign. And here comes the pitch. Popped up to center field. I'm pretty sure he just chased ball 4. The center fielder comes in a few steps. He makes the catch for out number 1. Correa now the batter, 1 out, nobody on. Bolton facing Correa with another 3-1 count. Here comes the next pitch. Inside for ball 4. So Correa draws the walk. He heads down to first. And now Rizzo is the batter. With 1 out and 1 man on, Rizzo facing the lefty Joely Rodriguez. Rodriguez is brought in, having thrown 54 innings, 33 walks, 39 strikeouts, and a 5.83 ERA. Rodriguez faces Rizzo with 1 out, 1 man on. 1-1 is the count. Rodriguez looking for the sign, and here is the pitch. Grounded towards second. The throw goes to short. The relay back to first. That is a 4-6-3 double play. So the Cubs do not score. We go to the top of the 8th of a 6-4 ball game. And Osuna leading off for the Pirates. So Hamilton's going to pitch to Osuna and then give way to Blake Taylor here in the top of the 8th inning. Hamilton with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch to Osuna. He pops it up right center field. Chasing is Trent Grisham. He makes the catch for out number 1. And now Blake Taylor will be brought into this ball game. And shall we bring him in on another double switch? Would that be fun? Well, he'll probably be brought in. Yeah, you know, we're going to bring in Blake Taylor, but he's only going to face whatever batters that he faces this half inning. Taylor facing Riddle, top of the 8th inning. Taylor comes in, just called up from AAA. He's thrown 40 1/3 innings, walked 20, struck out 43 with a 4.24 ERA. With 1 out and nobody on, Taylor faces Riddle with a 1-2 count. He's looking for the sign, and here is the delivery. And it's lined into the right field line. Lined down the right field line. There we go. Harper with the throw to second. That is going to be a 1-out double in the top of the 8th inning. Taylor had him on a 2-strike count, and he could not deliver. So now Colin Moran's the batter. Runner on second, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Taylor facing Moran with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Grounded toward first. Rizzo has it. He steps on the base himself for out number 2. The runner advancing from second to third. And it brings up Travis Swaggerty with 2 outs and the runner on third, top of the 8th inning. Blake Taylor working with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Popped up left field. Going back is Malik Smith. Is he going to have room? Yes, he makes the catch and throw the warning track to end the inning. So Blake Taylor gets out of the jam with the runner stranded on third. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 6-4 ball game. Now, Joely Rodriguez is still pitching. Thairo Estrada will be brought in to pinch hit for the Cubs. And we're also going to see another pitcher warmed up for the top of the 9th inning. It's going to be Junior Fernandez. And he is going to be brought in to face, well, we'll warm up Junior Fernandez. So it's righty, switch hitter, lefty. You know, rather than Fernandez, let's just warm up. We'll warm up Gabe Moya. If we're still losing, I mean, if we were to tie this game, I would probably do things differently here in the bottom of the 8th inning. But if we're going to be down by 2, we're just going to pitch Moya in the 9th. So Rodriguez faces Estrada. Bottom of the 8th inning, leading off for the Cubs. Estrada off the bench has 7 home runs, 27 RBIs, 270 batting average. 1 ball is the count. Here comes the pitch to Thairo Estrada. And he grounds it toward third. Picked up and thrown over to first for out number 1. Harper now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball is the count. Here's the pitch to Bryce Harper. And he pops it up on the infield. The third baseman calls for it. He makes the catch for out number 2. Next up is Chris Bryant with 2 outs and nobody on. Bryant 1 for 3 with a home run. Facing Rodriguez. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Bryant hits it in the air deep to left field. It's going, it's going, it's gone! Chris Bryant with his 2nd home run of the day, making this a 6-5 ball game. 367 feet. He just barely cleared the left field wall. And he now has 8 home runs on the day. On the season. So Miguel Amaya now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Cubs down by 1. Amaya facing Rodriguez here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 ball is the count. Here comes the pitch. Miguel Amaya drives it into the left center field gap. A diving play, and the catch is made to end the inning. So the Pirates, with a great defensive effort, end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 6-5 in favor of Pittsburgh. Now, Moya is going to be brought in. Gosh, I was going to bring him in for Bryant, but he's hit 2 home runs in the game. I can't hardly justify that now. So he's going to come in for Estrada. He's going to pitch right there. Malik Smith is going to lead off the next half inning. And we are going to warm up Junior Fernandez in the event that Moya cannot navigate this inning. So Moya comes in. He has thrown 49 2/3 innings, walked 19, struck out 48 with a 4.71 ERA. Moya faces Newman to lead off the top of the 9th inning for the Pirates. 2-strike count. Gabe Moya looking for the sign. And here comes the pitch. Grounded back toward the mound. Moya has it. He throws to first, and it's late, and that's an infield single for the Pirates to lead off the top of the 9th inning. Now, Reynolds is the batter. We're going to throw over to first, see if we can catch him napping. That's a snap play, close but safe. We do not want to see Mr. Newman trying to steal any bases here. We're going to pitch to the batter, see what happens. Check swing, that is strike 1. Throw over to first again, just to keep him close. Newman gets back easily. Pitch to the batter now, 2-2 count. Lined into left center field, that's going to be a base hit. Malik Smith has it. He throws back into the infield quickly, but the Pirates have first and second with nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. And now Jason Martin is pinch hitting. He has 6 home runs and a 246 batting average off the bench. The lefty Martin facing the lefty Moya here in the top of the 9th inning. Fernandez is ready. He will come in to face Brian Hayes if Moya can't get a triple play out of this at-bat. So, Moya facing Martin, 1-2 count. Looking for the sign, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that was a fastball at 91, and Moya got the out. That's the first out of the inning. And now Junior Fernandez is going to be brought in to face Brian Hayes. Fernandez has 63 innings thrown, 25 walks, 82 strikeouts, and an ERA of 3. He's going to face Hayes, Caratini, and Osuna here in the top of the 9th inning. 1 out, 2 men on, Cubs down by 1. Here's the full count pitch from Junior Fernandez. He is looking for the sign. Here's the delivery. Strike 3 called, a sinker right at the knees, and he throws him for out number 2. So now Caratini is the batter. The switch hitting Caratini steps in from the left side with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Fernandez facing Caratini. Here comes the pitch. Popped up on the infield. Coming in is Bryant. He makes the catch and the inning is over. So the Pirates strand 2. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 9th, and it is a 6-5 Pirate lead. And now Mitch Keller comes out of the Pirates bullpen. He has thrown 12 in the third innings, walked 7, struck out 18 with a 3.65 ERA. Keller is going to face Mallex Smith to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Mallex Smith is 1 for 3 on the day. Keller working with a 2-strike count. Here's the pitch to Mallex Smith. He's looking to the side. Here is the delivery. And Smith swings and misses at a changeup. He is way out in front of it for the first out of the inning. Horner now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Horner facing Keller. Cubs down by 1. Here's a 2-1 count and the pitch to Nico Horner. And he grounds it towards second. The second baseman scoops it up, throwing to first for out number 2. And now the Cubs are down to their final out. Trent Grisham is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Keller facing Grisham in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch to Grisham, and he lines it into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So the Cubs have the tying run on base with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Carlos Correa is the next batter. So now, I guess, if there was a time to warm up another reliever, this would be it. There's really nobody to warm up. We're going to warm up to Escobar. I don't see any other choices here, really. So now, Correa facing Keller with 2 outs and the runner on first. We're going to see if we can try to steal second on the first pitch here. Here comes the pitch to Correa. That's a fastball for strike 1, a slider, for strike 1. Grisham does not run. So with a 1-strike count, here comes the next pitch to Correa. And he swings and misses for strike 2. So now, that was a big curveball. Correa's in a hole here with 2-strike count, 2 outs. Runner on first. Keller facing Correa. Here comes the next pitch. Low for ball 1. That was a fastball low. 1-2 is the count. Keller working. Next pitch, there's a foul ball. So Correa stays alive. That was a curveball. Here comes the full count delivery. Lined into center field. That's a base hit. Grisham rounding second, heading for third. He is going to get all the way over to third base. And now we have the tying run 90 feet away. And Anthony Rizzo coming to the plate with 2 outs and runners on first and third in the bottom of the 9th inning. Keller facing Rizzo. The Cubs trying to tie up this ball game or potentially walk it off. Keller working. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch to Rizzo. Strike 3 is called on the outside corner. Rizzo can't believe it. He thought it was outside. The game is over. So the Pirates get the win 6-5. Pirates getting 6 runs on 13 hits with 1 error. The Cubs 5 runs on 11 hits with no errors. So the Cubs, Ian Hamilton suffers the loss. He drops to 0-1. He threw an inning and 2/3 of 2-hit, 2-run baseball. A couple of those runs were charged back to Suter, however. Issued a walk. Suter went 5 2/3, walked 2, struck out 8. Chris Bryant is the player of the game. Josh Bell was injured while running the bases. So Bryant hits 2 home runs in today's game, and he gets to 8 on the season. So the Cubs drop to 85-53 as the Pirates improve to 59-77. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.